Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Thurgood Marshall College Academic Advising Transfer Student Webinar on planning your first quarter schedule. We're happy that you are here joining us today as we give you some very important information to help you plan for your first quarter. My name is Emily Gonzalez, and I'm the Assistant Dean of Academic Advising here at Marshall College. And I'll have my colleagues that are joining me here today to introduce themselves.
Good morning. My name is Christian Austin. I'm a senior academic counselor at Marshall College.
Hi, everyone. My name is Michael Marculin, and I'm the assistant academic advisor at Thurgood Marshall College.
Thanks, Christian and Mike. Today we'll be reviewing a guideline on how you can expect to choose your coursework for your first quarter at UC San Diego using the resources the Academic Advising Office has provided to you throughout the summer. So the duration of our webinar today will be 60 minutes, and we encourage you to submit your questions throughout the presentation, and we will answer them at the end. So first off, let's get started, and I'm going to turn it over to Christian.
All right. So where do I start? In order to help you choose the best courses for your first quarter at UC San Diego, we will be reviewing the following resources: academic plans, your enrollment guidance, the general catalog of courses, major department websites, and the Marshall College general education requirements. These resources will help you prepare for your upcoming enrollment in August. The academic plans are templates of what students can expect to complete per quarter in order to finish their degree within 2 years. Every student will enter UC San Diego with a different academic background, so the academic plans are used primarily as guides to help you visualize your time to degree. To access the academic plan for your major, visit plans.ucsd.edu. Select Thurgood Marshall for your college. Then enter 2021-2022 as your entering year. Then select the declared or officially proposed major program on your academic background. For this example, we are selecting a student within the biology department. Then select the appropriate major based on the list of options. The example we are using is a declared general biology major code BI31 major student. This will generate the academic plan for the selected major for Marshall students who are admitted for the 2021-2022 academic year. You will want to focus on your upcoming fall 2021 quarter. This information can help guide you in selecting courses for the fall quarter. In the event a transfer plan is not available, you may contact your major department for that guidance, making sure you include any remaining GE courses for Marshall College and other degree requirements for graduation. Your enrollment guidance will be available starting August 6th at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Once your enrollment guidance is released, you will find them on the Virtual Advising Center. At that time, you will log on to vac.ucsd.edu with your student account information. Then click on the Enrollment Guidance tab. It will then open your enrollment guidance, which will look similar to the screenshot here. Your enrollment guidance was created using the following information you provided earlier this summer on the Virtual Advising Center. It includes the declared or proposed major listed on your academic background, your test scores and transcripts sent to the UC San Diego Office of Admissions and provided to us via your academic background, and your various placement exam results. Note that this resource will be available to you throughout your enrollment period. Once you have enrolled in courses, consider revisiting this information so you have a better understanding of your courses for the fall quarter. Here's a brief overview of what the first quarter may look like using information for an incoming general biology major transfer student. You will have 1 or 2 major courses, an upper division disciplinary breadth GE, an additional major DEI or elective course. As your enrollment guidance becomes available, you will use this guide along with the academic plan for your major to choose appropriate courses for your first quarter. If you'd like to verify what you have chosen, you are welcome to contact your college or department advisors through the Ask a Question tab in the Virtual Advising Center.
In addition to the academic plans and enrollment guidance, we also want to review other important enrollment resources, which include the UC San Diego General Catalog, an overview of how to access major department and program information, and your Marshall College General Education requirements. The General Catalog outlines the courses and majors offered here at UC San Diego each year. Students should consider reviewing the catalog to learn more about course prerequisites, co-requisites, and general descriptions of each course. To access the General Catalog, visit catalog.ucsd.edu and click on the Courses, Curricula, Faculty tab at the top of the page. From there, you'll navigate to your program of interest. For our example, our incoming chemistry students will want to select the chemistry and biochemistry program. Select courses to view the program's courses, and you'll be presented with lower division coursework. Lower division coursework at UC San Diego is numbered 1 through 99. During your first quarter, you can UC San Diego's upper division coursework is numbered between 100 through 199. So during your first quarter, you can likely enroll in a combination of both lower division and upper division coursework. Keep in mind that some courses will have prerequisites or co-requisites. Prerequisites are requirements students must have completed before they are eligible to enroll in the course. Co-requisites are requirements students must have already completed or are concurrently completing to be eligible to enroll in the course. Another important tool to help you prepare for your upcoming first quarter is the major department website that provides you with information on major requirements. You can find your major department website by logging on to TritonLink. From there, navigate to Academics and then down to Advising, and click on the Majors/Minors where you can find the appropriate major program information. Department websites are useful tools in planning your academic work. They contain valuable information such as course requirement information, important announcements and updates, learning and internship opportunities, current and popular events surrounding the major field, as well as faculty and staff contact information. In addition to your major department's website, you will also want to review your Marshall College website, particularly the General Education page. This can be found by visiting marshall.ucsd.edu/GE. Every incoming transfer student must complete 2 upper division disciplinary breadth GE requirements. These courses must be completed outside of the discipline of the major. Disciplinary breadth courses cannot overlap with major requirements, and more information about the disciplinary breadth can be found on the Marshall College website. Additionally, the Marshall College GE page provides more information about the potential transfer agreements, such as IGETC and UC reciprocity. Your potential transfer agreement can help reduce the number of GE requirements you ultimately need to complete at Marshall College.
Now, preparing for your fall quarter enrollment. After receiving your enrollment guidance on August 6th and reviewing your other academic resources, confirm you're ready for enrollment by asking yourself the following questions. Is your course placement correct? Did you send all transcripts and test scores to the UCSD Office of Admissions? So continue to contact us here at the college or your department advisors by using online advising via the Virtual Advising Center. Make sure you use all the information discussed today in today's webinar session, as well as all the valuable information listed for you on the Virtual Advising Center as you prepare to enroll. You can also learn more about registering for courses by visiting the WebReg tutorial online at tinyurl.com/WebReg tutorial. So now at this time, we will review and answer any incoming questions you might have. Please keep in mind that only questions open to the general public can be addressed during our session. So what this means is we want you to use online advising on the Virtual Advising Center if you have questions that are specific to your record or to your personal situation, because that way we can really look in detail at your record and make sure your question is answered accurately. Okay, so we will go ahead and take a look at your questions. Please continue to send them through the Q&A and we will answer as many as we can.
So the first question is, how do we know what transferred from our college? You can view which courses have transferred and have been posted to your record by going to the academic history located on TrineLink at trinelink.ucsd.edu or students.ucsd.edu and clicking on TrineLink Tools. There's a link there for your academic history. The admissions office is still posting transfer coursework. So if you don't see all of the courses you completed there or any of the courses that you completed prior to transferring to UCSD, that's okay. We're still expecting them to post transfer coursework for transcripts that were submitted or postmarked by July 1 through the rest of this week. So check your academic history. And if you have questions about what's been posted or what's not posted, feel free to send us a message through the Virtual Advising Center.
Questions come in about courses being available, upper division courses being available for students. We get this question a lot. There's always concern about students enrolling or needing to take classes for the major, particularly upper division courses, but when viewing the scheduled classes right now, the courses look like they're full. So different major departments, departments are saving seats in the foundational courses that are required for their majors. So what you'll want to do is keep an eye out on the scheduled classes, and when the enrollment period is upon us, so the next couple of weeks, that's when departments tend to release seats. So to release seats means to make seats available that were held for incoming students. But if you have a question about seat availability for your particular major, you can contact your major department through the Virtual Advising Center and inquire that way as well.
So the next question is, can we talk more about the public service option and other academic or job opportunities through the college? So absolutely. If you go to our website, marshall.ucsd.edu, under the academic section is our academic opportunities page. The public service option is an opportunity for students to complete breast GE by participating in service learning courses. And so we have a number of options, either through the academic internship program and specifically the public service academic internship, which is the AIP 97P. We also have our partnership schools program, which is an opportunity to intern or volunteer at Preuss, which is located adjacent to the UCSD campus. or Gompers Preparatory Academy, which is located in Southeast San Diego. We also have opportunities to do study through our Partners at Learning, which is very similar to our partnership schools by visiting other local San Diego schools, as well as Global Ties, which has a connection with the engineering department and doing service work through there. So the goal of all of these is to allow students of any academic major to be able to participate in these opportunities, participate in public service, which is foundational to the college's mission, and complete academic requirements. And so the key is that they can't overlap with the major. So if you fall into one of these disciplines, you'll just make sure the coursework is separate. But in addition to these opportunities, we have a honors program, we support study abroad opportunities, and we look at how we can incorporate those opportunities into the academic requirements of the college. So I would say if you're interested in those opportunities, definitely connect with us during the fall quarter. Or if you have questions as you enroll into classes, message us through the Virtual Advising Center, and we're happy to share more about them. In terms of job opportunities, we do employ student positions throughout the college. All of our positions, along with other campus positions, are posted on Handshake, which is a job board facilitated by the Career Center. And so you can access Handshake through the Career Center website at career.ucsd.edu.
The next question is, what is a DEI course? And are there specific DEI classes for Thurgood Marshall? So the DEI course is a university requirement which all students will need to complete. It is the diversity, equity, and inclusion requirement. And you can find a list of courses on a UCSD website. Instead of reading the entire URL, you can go to Google, type in DEI space UCSD, and it should be the first link that is posted on Google. And you can actually find a list of courses that will fulfill this requirement if you have not fulfilled it already. This course can be overlapped with a Thurgood Marshall general education requirement.
We've received a question about how to declare a double major or declare a minor. So declaring a double major requires submission of what's called a double major petition form. That form can be found on TritonLink. So if you just do a search for double major petition, you should be able to find it there. That form's submitted to your department and then to the college for approval. To declare a minor, you can use the major minor tool also found on TritonLink, but you cannot declare a minor until you are enrolled in fall classes. The same would go for the double major. So once you've enrolled in fall classes, and if you're sure you want to declare a double major or a minor, you can begin that process in the fall quarter. Another question that we received also has to do with wanting to double major. So whether it's double majoring or minoring, we do recommend you talk to the departments that offer the areas of study you're interested in, so that you're clear as to what requirements, what courses you need to take for those areas, because those are the departments that are ultimately going to review your request for declaring a double major or a minor. So you can contact those departments and programs to the Virtual Advising Center as well.
Our next question is whether or not there is a unit limit for when you enroll in classes. The answer to this question is yes. During the new student enrollment period, you will be able to enroll in up to 19.5 units. That 19.5 units also includes courses you waitlist. So you will want to be strategic with your enrollment. Beginning the first day of the fall quarter, you can enroll in and waitlist up to 22 units. So as you build your schedule, you'll want to be mindful of those unit limitations, while also making sure you're enrolled in at least a full-time schedule of 12 units. If you are concerned about enrolling in 12 units for your first quarter, go ahead and message us on the Virtual Advising Center, and we can talk about what options might be available for you.
Another question that we received are most, excuse me, are most of the classes already full, or are there safe spots for transfers to enroll? In terms of safe spots for transfers to enroll, yes, there are departments that are saving seats for new students to ensure, fairness and making sure students are able to get the classes that they need. So they do this for all incoming new students. So what you see in the schedule of classes right now about courses being full, it may not be accurate, right? So generally departments will begin to release seats when the new student enrollment period begins. So that's in a couple weeks. We recommend just keeping an eye out on the schedule of classes. And if you have any concern about getting into those courses, you'll want to message the departments offering those classes to the Virtual Advising Center, and they can let you know what's going on with the classes.
So our next question is, do we have to take a diversity, equity, and inclusion class in addition to the 2 upper division breadth classes? You do not have to take that class separately. You can overlap the diversity, equity, and inclusion course with a breadth GE course, and we encourage you to do that if possible. And so what you'll need to do is compare the requirements for both DEI and breadth to make sure you're selecting a course that meets both. If you have questions about the courses that you've selected and want to make sure that it counts for both requirements, just send us a message on the Virtual Advising Center.
The next question is, I am confused on how to use the Virtual Advising Center to make an appointment with an academic counselor. Currently, we are not having appointments with incoming students as we are still awaiting for students' official academic records to be posted so we can then provide proper guidance. Also, we are currently working on course recommendations for incoming students as well. Beginning in September, students will have access to our Zoom platform to start having appointments with academic counselors at Thurgood Marshall College, and more access to the Virtual Advising Center, which will then have a Meet with Advisor tab to be able to schedule an appointment. This will all occur in the beginning of September.
So our next question is from a student transferring from a community college, and they notice some of the classes under their academic history doesn't have an equivalent or approximated class to a UCSC course. What does that mean? And so if it appears on your academic history, the coursework has transferred, you have received units here at UC San Diego, so it is valid coursework. However, if it doesn't have an equivalent, it means that it won't automatically satisfy a requirement either for your major or your college GEs. So if you completed a course that you believe should satisfy, let's say, a major requirement, you'll want to talk to a major advisor about whether or not that course can be used and see if there's any steps required, either to petition the course to meet the requirement or any other process that the department may have. So you have earned credit for that course if it shows on the academic history, but you definitely want to talk to either the department advisor, or if it's a course that you believe should satisfy a GE course, contact the college advising for assistance about how you might be able to use that course to meet specific degree requirements.
The next question, if I've completed my IGETC, does that mean I still have to take GEs? For students that have completed a full UC IGETC, there will still be 2 remaining GE requirements. One of them is an upper division breadth, and the other is an upper division breadth with significant writing. Both requirements need to be outside of your major's discipline. The course should be a minimum of 4 units, and it must be of upper division standing. There is a specific list for significant writing courses so that students can know which courses have a significant writing component. However, for the upper division breadth without significant writing, there is no general list. What you would need to do is look at courses that are, again, outside your major's discipline, a minimum of 4 units, and that are upper division in standing.
Next question we received is regarding the lower division Dimensions of Culture series, Doc 1, 2, and 3. Question is, do transfer students have to take this lower division doc series? So the answer is no. The Doc 1, 2, and 3 series is not required for transfer students. That series is for students entering UCSC as freshmen. That is the lower division writing sequence that is required for those students. So again, transfer students are not required to complete the lower division doc series.
Okay, and there are 2 questions about adding a minor. First, is it too late to add a minor since I am a transfer student? And the next question, is it impossible to add a minor and finish school in 2 years? Transfer students can definitely add a minor. However, there are certain things you would like to keep in mind. And this would come to discussing your major requirements with your major department, also discussing any remaining GEs and university requirements with us at Marshall College, but also meeting with a minor department advisor to see how the minor can be integrated into your schedule. You can create a full quarter-by-quarter plan with all the advisors that were mentioned, so you can get a good idea of time to degree. Also, something to keep in mind is, will you be taking summer session, which can expedite your completion of your requirements, as well as how many units you can take during a single quarter that you feel comfortable with. So you can add a minor, and it is not impossible to finish in 2 years, depending on your requirements that you have remaining and the course load you take for each and every quarter.
So our next question has to do with enrolling in an upper division course from our significant writing list and receiving a notification that they're not eligible to enroll. So there can be a few different reasons as to why you may receive a notification that you're not eligible to enroll in a course. First step would be to review the prerequisites or co-requisites for the course you're hoping to add. You can do that either through the prerequisites link in WebReg or by looking in the UCSD catalog, as we noted earlier in the presentation. You can view the catalog at catalog.ucsd.edu. If you find that you meet the prerequisites but you're still not able to enroll, we recommend submitting an enrollment authorization request through our enrollment authorization system known as EASY. And so that request will go straight to the department. They can explore why you're not able to add the class and provide more guidance on what you need to do in order to enroll. So EASY can be accessed through TriLink. Go to students.ucsd.edu and click on the TriLink Tools button. You should see the enrollment authorization system in the list on that page.
The next question is, can you explain first pass and second pass? If, for example, a lower division course that we have to take is already full, but is available at a CC, can we take that CC class concurrently during the first quarter? So first and foremost, let's start with the initial question. First pass and second pass. First pass, students are allowed to enroll in courses up to 11 units. Usually this roughly translates into 2 courses. Then the student will not be able to enroll in further courses until their second pass. This is to ensure that students have a fair opportunity to enroll in a few courses prior to the individuals that have earlier enrollment times. So it allows to kind of spread out the courses and for students to enroll in those courses. Students do have the ability to complete lower division Marshall GE requirements at a community college. However, there are some things you will want to keep in mind. For students that have transferred 105 units, they will not receive any further units beyond the 105 total. So if you've already completed your 105 total, then you take 4 units at a community college. Those 4 units will not transfer onto your academic record. That is something to keep in mind. Also, another thing to keep in mind is to use the resource of assist.org. Assist.org shows the transfer agreements and the equivalency of courses from California community colleges to UCSD. So that can be used to understand courses and their equivalency at UCSD.
Next question we received is how do I see what requires my academic history transferred courses will fulfill? So the way I understand this question is based on what courses have been transferred and posted to your record, how do you know what the courses will meet? So a quick way to view that information is by referencing your degree audit available in your Triton Link account. So again, that's accessing your degree audit. The degree audit will give you information about what courses have transferred and what requirements they've met. But what we often see is that you'll see a lot of your transfer courses noted on your degree audit, but not satisfying any requirements. So if you see that's the case and you're primarily concerned with what coursework is going to meet specific major requirements, you'll want to contact your major department through the virtual advising center so that they can take a look at your transfer coursework and see what courses you might be able to petition to meet specific requirements for the major. So again, if the coursework is posted to your record, your coursework has transferred. The second step would be to contact your major department to see if that coursework can meet certain requirements for your major, if they're not otherwise noted in that way on your degree audit. Okay, so make sure you contact your major department for questions regarding courses for the major and what can count. Another question we received is there a way to increase your unit cap? And if so, who do I contact? Marshall advisors or my major advisors? So in terms of your unit cap, during the enrollment period, students can enroll in during the enrollment period, students can waitlist and enroll in up to 19.5 units. So waitlisting coursework is not considered being enrolled in the class, but that is counted towards the unit cap that you have when you are registering for classes. So beginning the first day of the quarter, students will be able to waitlist and enroll in up to 22 units. Now we recommend our transfer students, actually we recommend all of our students to enroll in 4 classes per quarter. That's typically 16 units. And again, going into a quarter system at UCSD with 4 classes, that is a full schedule. That is a typical schedule. So that is what we would recommend. Now, if you are considering taking more than 22 units in your first quarter, and again, we don't recommend that, but if there's a situation where you need to take more than 22 units in your first quarter, you would submit what's called an easy request. That is the enrollment authorization system. You would submit a request through that system requesting to enroll in the course that's going to put you at the overload. So in other words, enroll in the course is going to put you over 22 units. That type of request is reviewed by the department offering the course, and the final approval comes from us, so Marshall College, right? If you're considering enrolling in more units than what you're allowed to do, we encourage you to contact us through the virtual advising center so we can take a look at your schedule and see if that is the best thing to do. Okay, so again, if you have any questions about that, about your particular situation, send us a message to the Virtual Advising Center and we're happy to take a look at your record.
Our next question is, how do I transfer over a summer course that I've completed? And to do that, you'll need to submit your transcript to the UCSD admissions office. The best resource to do that is through Parchment, which is an online transcript service. However, you can also find the admissions mailing address if you need to supply that on their website. So you'll go to admissions.ucsd.edu for their mailing address. Our next question is regarding IGETC, and there was a student was told by their community college that IGETC is complete, but it'll take some time to get here to UCSD, and how will that affect their GE requirements? So in the short term, you'll see a number of lower division GE requirements that you'll need to complete if your IGETC has not posted to your record. If you know that you have IGETC or partial IGETC or UC reciprocity, we recommend avoiding those lower division courses for the college. Don't enroll in those classes. Instead, you'll focus on the upper division general education courses that you have. And that'll be the goal for the first quarter. So you'll see that recommendation in your enrollment guide. If you did not transfer with the transfer agreement, we ask that you schedule an advising appointment with our office in September so that we can review what coursework has posted to your record, because we anticipate all coursework should be in by that time. And then we can review how you can either petition classes, or we can identify what lower division classes you'll need to enroll in. So again, plan to see us in September. We're happy to review your record a bit more in detail. But for the fall quarter and planning your fall classes, focus on those upper division GE courses because will be required of all transfer students.
The next question, I am a global health major that is planning on going to dental school. How do I figure out what classes I would need to enroll in? Do I have to wait until September to meet with an academic advisor? This is a very good question. And this also would entail pre-med students who are also interested in enrolling in pre-med courses throughout their time at UCSD. We have special advisors through the Career Center in the Health Beat department that actually specialize in assisting students in enrolling in pre-med track courses and pre-dental school courses, as well as helping them through their application process to schools for dental school or pre-med. So this is a very great resource for students that are thinking about taking this track. They have their own advisors who can assist with course questions or school questions as well. So please look up the Career Center Health Beat at UCSD online.
Next question we have is there a limit to how many upper division courses are transferable from another four-year college? So there is no limit to the number of upper division courses that you can transfer from another four-year institution. The courses will transfer and post to your record as long as they're considered or deemed UC transferable by the Office of Admissions. Next question is, so student is taking a 4-unit summer school course, and the question is, will that count on the UCSD transcript? So again, for any non-UCSD coursework that you complete, whether that be in an academic year or in the summer, as long as the course is UC transferable, it will post to your record and it will be shown on your academic history. Only coursework that's completed at UCSD will appear on your UCSD transcript. However, you will be able to view what coursework you transferred from any non-UCSD, from a non-UCSD school, right? You'll be able to see that information on your academic history in Triton.
All right, we have 2 questions. Will we be completely on campus this fall? And will there be an online option for class this fall? Currently, the majority of courses will be on campus and done in person. There will be minimal remote courses. However, this will be decided by the department that the course is in. They create the course guidance and the modality that they use for those courses. So if there's any specific questions about the course and its modality, please reach out to the department to find out more.
All right, for our next question, it asks the students receiving a notification that they're not at the correct grade level when they try to plan a course on WebReg, an upper division course. Should they be worried? And will this happen when I try to enroll later? So the notification you are receiving is likely tied to the amount of units or coursework that has been posted from your transfer credit. In any event, if you're getting a notification that says that you're not at the correct grade level and the requirement for the course is that you be at junior standing or above, you'll need to submit a easy request through the enrollment authorization system in order to request permission to enroll in the course. The request will be reviewed by the department. They'll make the determination as to whether or not you would be permitted to enroll. But we recommend submitting that request early. So if you don't see, if that notification still shows up on Monday next week, I would recommend submitting an easy request on Monday. That gives enough time for the department to review your request before enrollment starts, because if you're seeing the notification now, it may impact your ability to enroll in the class when enrollment starts the week of the 16th. So if you still see that notification on Monday, submit an easy request. And for our next question, we have a student who is currently majoring in math, but is considering a change to data science. How can they do that? So it might be possible to change to data science. However, data science is a capped major. And so if you're considering data science as a major change or any other capped major department, you'll need to contact the department to see what the requirements are to apply into the major. Many capped majors have coursework requirements along with GPA requirements. And so if you go to Triton Links, just enter capped major into the search box and it'll pull up a list of capped major departments. You'll also want to visit the department's individual website, and you can find their website by going to the academics tab, advising, and then clicking on major/minor.
Next question we have, the question is, what is the difference between upper division elective, so UD elective and elective? So these terms are probably being viewed on the academic plans. And so generally when it says upper division elective, that generally applies to upper division electives for your major. So that's something to inquire with your major department about to see what upper division electives you need to complete for your major. When the course on the plans just say elective, that refers to any extra units that you may need to complete for graduation. So in order to be eligible to graduate, students have to meet a minimum of 180 cumulative units. So sometimes, depending on the number of units you're transferring in and depending on your curriculum, even if you complete all of the requirements for GE and your major, you may still need some extra units, some extra elective units to reach this 180 for graduation. So this is where on the plan, if it says elective, that's where you would be taking some extra units to reach this minimum requirement. Now, that may not apply to you based on, what you've come in with. So the key to find out, do I need to take any extra electives? You want to meet with us for some academic planning in the fall quarter, and we can let you know if indeed you would need some extra units to reach the 180 for graduation. Another term that folks might be seeing on the academic plans is upper division, so UD, GE, and DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. So these are two separate requirements. So upper division GE on the plans usually refer to the upper division disciplinary breadth coursework that all Marshall students must take. So that course, those requirements are upper division, so hence upper division. And given that they're GE for us, GE. So if you see upper division GE noted on the plans, that would refer to the upper division disciplinary breadth GE you need to take from Marshall College. DEI is a diversity, equity, and inclusion requirement, completely separate from TNC GE. This is a university requirement. So even though the courses or the requirements are different, there is opportunity to overlap the requirements. Meaning a course that you take for DEI, it's possible that it can overlap with one of your upper division GE requirements. So that saves students some time and some courses, right? And having to take during their time here at UCSC. But if you have additional questions about how that might affect your particular record, contact us in the VAC, and again, we can take a look for you.
So our next question is related to IGETC, and if a student finishes their IGETC this summer, can they send a transcript again showing completion? So the key with IGETC is that you must have completed your requirements by the start of the fall quarter. So you will need to work with your current community college to obtain an IGETC certification showing coursework prior to the fall quarter. If they are able to provide you with an IGETC certification based on courses completed before fall 2021, then you can submit that certification to UCSD. It's important to note that UCSD does not award IGETC, so that certification must be provided by the community college and sent to the UCSD admissions office in order to have IGETC posted to your record. So we have a few questions about transfer coursework and when you can expect that transfer coursework should be posted. At this time, we're anticipating that most transfer coursework will be updated by the end of this week, by the end of day Friday. However, the admissions office has communicated that there is an unprecedented number of transcripts, and so we may see coursework posted after that date. If you have questions about your coursework after August 6th, go ahead and send a virtual advising message to Marshall College. We're happy to look and see if there's any additional information that we can provide at that time about the status of transfer classes.
The next question is, where can I find a list of upper division GEs? The best resource to use is the Marshall College GE website. You will be able to find a list of all the courses or the criteria to meet your upper division GE requirements. Again, there are two requirements for transfer students with a complete full IGETC, and those upper division GE requirements are the upper division breadth and the upper division breadth significant writing. The upper division breadth significant writing has a list available. Please select a list from that course that is outside your major's discipline. For the other upper division breadth GE, there is actually no list. However, the course to fulfill this requirement must meet this criteria. The course must be of upper division standing, so any course that is listed anywhere between 100 and 199. Also, it must be a minimum of 4 units. and the course must be outside your major's discipline. So there is no list. You can search any courses outside your major's discipline that meets those other criteria that I mentioned to fulfill that requirement.
Next question that we have, let's see. Next question is, how come some of my transferred classes on my academic history don't say they have a UCSC approximation? So this is very common, particularly for transfer students, because though your coursework has transferred and is posted to your academic record, it's likely the vast majority of the courses do not have a UCSC approximated class. So this becomes a concern for many students when they're trying to enroll in courses for their major, or if they completed, a good deal of lower division courses for the major at their previous school. So what you'll want to do is you want to contact your major department to see what coursework you'll need to petition to meet specific major requirements. So these would typically be the lower division courses that you did at your community college, or if you did some upper division coursework or transferred from another four-year institution, you would do the same. So contact your major department through the virtual advising center, inquire with them about how to petition coursework for use in the major. Another question we received is there a limit to taking classes at UCSC summer school? So UCSC summer session has a limit of 3 courses per session, so that's 12 units. If you were to take summer session coursework outside of UCSC, summer session is not required at UCSC, but if you choose to take coursework outside of UCSC in the summer, UCSC does not have a limit, but the school that you take coursework at, they may have a limit. So again, that's something to consider. Just a quick time check. We have about 7 more minutes to answer as many questions as we can. If we don't get to your question today, no worries. Hop onto the VAC at the end of this webinar and resubmit your questions there. And just be rest assured, we'll get them all answered as quickly as we can. Okay, so we'll just keep on plugging away at these Q&A.
So our next question is, what if my audit is incorrect if I look at it now? So 2 things. So 1, your audit may be inaccurate at this point as we're still waiting for coursework to update, but also we're waiting for additional review to happen. So don't be too concerned if you're seeing discrepancies on your degree audit. However, do contact either your college or your major department about the possible error that you believe that you're seeing. They can help to clarify the requirement and articulate whether or not it is inaccurate. They can perform updates if it's inaccurate, but also too, they can provide additional guidance in case the requirements may slightly differ between what was completed before you transferred and what's required of you now that you're at UC San Diego. So feel free to contact your major or college advisors. Your major department can answer questions about the major. The college can answer questions about GE requirements and university requirements on your degree audit.
The next question, are elective courses duplicated with upper division GEs? So elective and GEs are different. An upper division GE is a requirement which you must fulfill towards your degree. An elective course does not per se meet a specific requirement. However, an elective course still does count for units, which can then be used towards a requirement, which is the minimum 180 unit requirement prior to graduation. So elective courses are great courses to take if you have interest maybe outside of your major, or you need the extra units towards graduation, but they are separate from your upper division GEs.
All right, so for our next question, If I submitted my GETC certification and AP scores late, how long should I expect them to take to be uploaded? So normal processing time for transfer coursework is 6 to 8 weeks. So if you submitted coursework after that July 1 postmark date, you'll want to approximate that it could be 6 to 8 weeks. However, sometimes because of the volume of documentation that's being processed, that timeline can be extended. If you don't see your coursework posted by that end of the 8-week period, send us a message on the Virtual Advising Center. So in terms of enrollment, what does that mean? It might mean that the prerequisites are not posted for certain upper division classes, and it might mean that you're not able to enroll on your own into courses that require upper division standing, depending on the volume of information that has yet to be posted. So what you'll want to do is review your schedule and contact either the college or the department to review your enrollment plans. And then, if it's recommended to do so, submit an easy request. That'll allow the department to review your interest in enrolling in the class. They can ask additional questions about the courses you've completed that haven't been posted, and they may allow enrollment into a class while we're waiting posting. But the first step will be to contact the department or the college through the Virtual Advising Center.
Okay, so our last live question for this webinar, probably a really good one to end on too, is this question is about concern about the new Delta virus and if there's any chance to attend class virtually. So yes, there may be options to attend class virtually. Departments and programs are currently working on looking at what classes they can offer remotely. But just keep in mind that the vast majority of coursework for the fall quarter will be offered in person. Okay, so our recommendation is to continue to check the schedule of classes to see if there's any change in modality. So in other words, a change in how the class is going to be offered. If a course is being offered remotely in the fall quarter, it would be listed as R class, RCLAS, with R meaning remotely. So again, just follow up in that schedule of classes. If you have any questions, concerns about which courses, particularly for your major, may be offered remotely, contact your major department through the VAC and they can assist you with that. Okay, but yes, we're all thinking about COVID. We want everyone to be safe. So campus is doing as much as possible to have options available for students. And again, with that, we're going to end our questions here. And if you have questions that were on your mind, but we were not able to address, hop onto the Virtual Advising Center right after we end. We'll get to your questions and we'll make sure we answer them. So I want to thank my colleagues, Christian, Mike, Monica, Lizzie in the background, answering questions for all of us. And want to thank you for attending this webinar. And this information will be posted on our Marshall website very soon. So again, as I said, if you have any remaining questions after this, please submit them to the Virtual Advising Center via the Ask a Question tab. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening, and we look forward to meeting you in the fall.